Hello, 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 all my funky junk friends. How are you guys tonight? How's it going? Guess what today is? Today is Stencil Soul Sisters Day. Yay! How exciting. Shanna from Frame It and Contain It is just finishing up. She's actually framing in her project right now, which is what we love to see. We love to see. Excuse me. So hopefully you guys will all be hopping on here in just a few minutes. I should be over in the Stencil Soul Sisters group. I'm going to just glance. Hey, Miss Mary. Miss Mary's on my YouTube. You guys, I'm using StreamYard to go live. And what that means is I am live on YouTube, Facebook, and in the Stencil Soul Sisters group all at one time. But I can see everybody's comments. So let me know where you're coming from, and we will get started. I'm watching Shanna over here to the side. I'm just kind of waiting until she jumps off. So I think she's getting ready to say goodbye. Oh, my Lanta, you guys. Hey, Lois. The projects today have been amazing. You guys, we started at 1 my time, 1 Eastern time, noon Central time with Miss Renee from Flip Flop Furnishings, and beautiful. I mean, every project today has been beautiful. We had a special guest, Anne from Whimsically Knotted. I mean, who all did we have today? We had Melissa at Junk and Craft Treasures. We had Cindy. We had Shanna. We had Sharon. I mean, you guys, come on. We had a ton of people on today, which was fantastic. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. Yes, I'm just going to make sure that I am in the group real quick, just to double check. Make sure I can see everything. If my internet will go. So, yep, I'm where I'm supposed to be. So that's fantastic. There's Miss Jeannie Clifton. There's our friend Cindy from Berry Jam Crafts. You guys, amazing things today. Amazing things today. Now, I know some of us were a little bit bummed because we didn't quite... Essential Stencil had a Christmas release, and they were all supposed to be shipped out the 25th, which they were. I believe they all were, but some of us weren't able to get ours yet, and we were really kind of hoping that we'd have them by today. But that's okay. That's perfectly all right. Dominica, hello. Hello, Joe. How are you? So anyway, let's get started. I pulled out some of my old Christmas stencils, and I was really torn on what exactly that I wanted to do. I love these trees. Now, in the new stencil release, there's some smaller ones of these trees right here. But I am thinking I want to use this tree on this piece of wood right here. I absolutely think it would be absolutely beautiful on here. And I'm thinking we might even pull some of our Totally Dazzled out to fill in some of those stars and dots with different colored jewels to put on there. All right, so I want to do that for sure. I'm going to sit that down. We're going to do 2 projects at once because guess what I'm going to use today? Some salt wash. Who doesn't love salt wash? Can't help myself. I got to use it. So this project here, what I'm thinking is, okay, it's over there. What I'm thinking is I want to do the back of the project white. All right. So I'm going to paint the whole thing white. And over here, I have some stamps right here. See this brick stamp? I'm thinking of just stamping down this edge here. But in the center here, I think I want to put some salt wash and make it have some texture in the center, and then put this Believe in the Magic. I think that'll be very pretty. So we're going to start here and get all our paint on, get our salt wash going so it can be drying a little bit, and we'll jump over to the other project to work on it while the salt wash kind of dries. I know, I love that. This board actually came from a gentleman that I work with. Just built a house, and he lives on a he lives basically in the woods. So he bought himself a sawmill. So he's been working on making things like, let's get to painting while we're talking. I'm going to go white. Do I want to go white first? No, I don't. I'm going to do gray. Anyway, he is working on a tree house and some different things like that. So he was cutting the wood from the woods. Well, that's like the first piece is all bark, and then the second piece, well, he can't use that. So he gave me a big, huge, long piece, and I plan on going back over and getting some more. So, because I absolutely love those too. They're so cool, and I like the texture that it has from the saw. You see all the little ripples in there. I like that. I think it looks really cool. So, anyway, let's get this gray right here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you so you can just see my table so that you don't have to look at my mug and you can see everything that I'm doing here. Now, I am just going to use this cobblestone gallet. I don't know. I'm thinking that's what I want to use. I may change my mind when we get halfway through this, which is something I tend to do a lot of times. Probably should have grabbed a smaller paintbrush so that I could get down in there a little bit better. Now, see this piece of wood here. I'm going to tell you, let me tell you where I got this piece of wood. It came from my mystery kit from Miss Junk and Craft Treasures for our church. I ended up not putting the base on the church, so I had this sitting here and I was like, oh my gosh, that's going to be perfect for what I was thinking that I wanted to do today. It's so hard to decide what to do on these Sundays because there's so much talent and so much fun stuff going on. And then when you watch all day, you worry that what you had in your mind, somebody else might be using that same stencil, but really it doesn't matter because we all have different takes on the way we should do things and stuff. So it doesn't matter. But anyway, I'm thinking I want to do the gray. My brick, I don't know. We might end up doing these edges over here white just because I usually don't worry about getting every single spot covered, but I'm worrying about it today. I don't know why. All right. So I'm going to just kind of dry this. Ugh. Got my glue gun out to dry it with. Grab the wrong thing. I know we do. We all have different spins on stencils and stuff like that. It was like, oh, I don't know why I worry about it, but I do think about it. I think, gosh, what if we get on here and half of us are doing the same stencil? But does it matter? No, it definitely doesn't matter. Definitely doesn't. Yes, it's been an awesome day. Awesome day, Becca. Becca has been a guest on our one of our Sundays. That's fun. Next month we'll have another guest. So I actually already asked my person. So she'll be joining us on our next adventure. We're going to do the end of November. It's going to be, we might be missing our friend Melissa. I can't believe that she would miss Stencil Soul Sisters to go get married. But, you know. Have a blooper, right? Right. We do usually have some bloopers that happen. Because I'm just kind of drying this a little bit because mainly right in here because I want to put some tape on because I want to do the salt wash in the center. So I'm going to try to get this as dry as I can right in here. Does it matter if it goes over a little bit? No, not to me. Doesn't matter at all. You guys know me. I don't worry about things. I know. What's she thinking? I can't, to be honest, Becca, I can't remember if she said she would be able to or not. Because I can't remember what I just ate for supper. Just kidding. I had fajitas. I can't remember for sure what she said, but that's okay. I guess Terry's more important than us. Just playing. So happy for our friend Melissa. So happy for her. Okay, let me grab that. What in the world did I do with the stencil, you guys? There it is. Oh, geez, let's just knock a whole bunch of stuff down. I have a little catch-all right there, and my little catch-all needs to stop being a catch-all. I need to clean it up. Now, does it need to be perfectly centered? Heavens, no, it doesn't need to be perfectly centered. But am I going to just check it just to make sure if it's close? Yeah. And I'm just going to use the edge of the stencil right there. I'm at about 2 3/4, and over here I am at about 3. So let's go this way about 1/8 of an inch, And let's see where we are. Let's go about right there. Close enough, ladies, close enough. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of tape and I'm just going to put it right along my stencil. Okay. Now, is my tape straight? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to lose sleep over it though. Okay. So we're just going to put that on right there like that. Okay. Because here I want to put some salt wash because I think that will be pretty. I think that'll be pretty. All right, so let's set that over here. Now, let's decide what we want as far as our colors under there. I think we want some green. I think we want some red. Maybe just a tish of brown. Let's even put just a little bit of yellow for, you know, kind of like the magic, the twinkle. I think I kind of like, these are bright. Yeah, I'm going to use those. I'm going to use those. Okay, so basically, we need to make, I don't know if I'll use the brown or not. I think we'll use these colors, you guys. I can't make a decision for nothing. So I just got me a couple little cups here. And I got me some sticks. Right, here we go. All right, so. Yes, so fun. Awesome ideas and inspirations. Yes, definitely, definitely, definitely. Shanna's turned out amazing. I loved it. I loved it. Absolutely. I love the truck. The truck goes with a lot of things. And, you know, about every holiday, we can use that truck for something, you know. Love the truck. Now I'm using Kelly Green, Golden Yellow, and this is Apple Red right here. And usually when I'm mixing with my salt wash, for the most part, I use my cheaper paints rather than my chalk paints that I pay a little bit more for because you're mixing it with something. So you don't need to have, you know, use your expensive chalk paints and stuff. Use your inexpensive, you know, paints and things. So I just put a little bit of salt wash in there, not a whole lot, because we don't need a whole lot here. Okay. Now see, this is about the consistency of a little bit thicker than a cake batter. Okay. But it's still kind of chunky, which is what we like. So I'm just going to go ahead and do all of them while I've got it right here. How much salt wash do we use? We use whatever we think. If you put it in there and you think that your paint's too thick, like look how thick that is. Now, would that bother me with it being that thick? Not really. I could just add some more paint to it. Or if it's not thick enough, I just add a little bit more salt wash. Now, I was telling the other day on one of my lives, I think I was on YouTube when I did the last salt wash project, but I was talking about I had watched a lady that actually put the salt wash on the board and then painted over the top of it. I have not tried that, and I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure about it because I'm not positive that she finished out that way. I kind of think she ended up mixing it with her paint is what it looked like. Oh gosh, that's still a little bit wet, but that's okay. So let me grab some chippy brushes. I like to use chippy brushes for this. All right, now I'm probably not going to have to mix anymore. I'm just going to get the paint off there and I'm just going to lay those up to the side. I'll do that one in a minute. And here we go. We're just going to get us some salt wash right here. And we're just going to put it on our board. We can just dab like that. We can make swirls. I mean, there's all kinds of things that you could, the shapes and different things that you could make just to add. I'm just adding texture here. Lots and lots of texture. Okay. And see, even that little bit of paint that I used was way too much. Okay. I'm going to set that over here to the side. And here we go with our yellow. And it does wash off of your chip brushes fairly simply. So not a big deal. You've watched everybody today. That's fantastic. You guys, I'm going to dry this just a little bit so the colors don't kind of blend. I'm not going to go crazy and make sure it's super dry. I'm just going to dry it just a little bit here. So, yeah. Lots of fun inspiration. I'm telling you, there was a ton of inspiration today and was very impressed with everything. I've got lots of things that I want to do and want to try now, so that's exciting. Okay, I'm just going to keep my air on here just to help dry that. Now see how this is a little bit thicker? So see how it's not quite as shiny when I put it on there, but it adds all that fun and exciting texture right there. I like that. I like the way that looks. Sit that down. We've got one more chippy brush here. The project that I did the other day was salt wash. Just a second, I'll show it to you. It's over on my YouTube channel. That's a lot of red there. There we go. This is even thicker, okay? So we're just going to kind of add this on here like this. Now I could put these, and if I had a container with a lid on it, I could save this or I can use it up. What I usually do is I have a couple scrap boards over here or other surfaces. A lot of times when I get off the live, I'll take these and I'll just cover them with that. And then I'll have it ready to put something else on. So use up what you got. So we're going to dry this a little bit right here, just like this. And I think I might sit this over to the side and let it dry for just a few minutes, and we'll do that other project. That other project will go pretty quickly because I'm not doing anything to the board. I'm just going to stencil that tree on there. And then if we have time, we'll put the Totally Dazzled pieces on there. So let's grab this right here. And I like this tree. There's 3 different trees in this set that you can get. There's this tree. I know this is sideways, but it fits on my table. There's this tree, and there's this tree. Now I am going to just use, I'm going to use this one. And the reason I picked this one out was because of the small little balls right there and the stars. Okay, because I definitely want to use the Totally Dazzled stuff on there. Now I'm just gonna put this on here like that. All right, and we're just gonna get started with that. Let me grab me a pad of paper. How about a paper plate, not a pad of paper? And we're just gonna get started. We're gonna use green for the tree. We're gonna use this yellow for the stars. And we'll use this red, I think. You know what? Let's do white on the balls, because then I could put colored Totally Dazzled stuff on top of them. Okay. Oh my goodness. That paint's about done. Thank you for sprinkling, Deborah Berry. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is a beautiful piece of wood. I absolutely love it. Now, we're going to have to go kind of slow to cover up all our little things as we go along, okay? Or instead of using our stencil brush, we could use a couple makeup wedges. And sometimes that helps us a little bit with control. So let's, I'm just going to show you, because everybody's used their stencil brushes today. I love the stencil brushes, but I'm just going to show you how you can also use a makeup wedge if for some reason you don't have the stencil brushes. Okay, same thing. I'm just dabbing. Same thing as with the stencil brush. Less is best. Don't put a whole bunch of paint on. Oops, don't cover your little balls either. Don't put a whole bunch of paint on the makeup wedge. Dab it off. Okay. And see how well that's covering on there too. Let me show you. See, it's working pretty good there. It does give you just a little bit of a different look as far as the painting goes, but I think it looks good. So now, and again, if I happen to get paint where my star's supposed to be, or where the little ball is, and I get some green, when we don't sweat the small stuff around here, we just, see, I just made that ball green. That's okay. That's okay. We don't sweat it. We just keep going. It's just paint, and we can cover it up. No big deal. No big deal. And if somebody would notice something goofy like that, like you messed up and got wrong color somewhere. You know, they shouldn't be looking that close at your project anyway. They're looking at it that close to pick it apart, right? Plus, sometimes that stuff adds character. You know, sometimes you do something and it's like, oh, you know what you think you messed up, and it makes your project stand out, you know? Whoops. Did it again, but that's okay. Those little round guys are all over the place on this. I thought, oh, this will be easy to cover up, just like everything. You think something will be easy, and then it's a little bit harder than what you thought. Okay, now, and like I said, you can definitely use the stencil brush for this. I just kind of wanted to show you guys that if you don't have stencil brushes, you can just use your makeup wedges. Now, I do recommend using very dense makeup wedges. The makeup wedges at the Dollar Tree kind of, you know, stink to stencil with, because, thank you for sharing. How sweet of you. Because they're so flimsy. They're just too flimsy for keeping control of where you're going. Can it be done? Most definitely, yes. You most definitely can use those makeup wedges because that's what you have. But I have found I end up with paint all over my fingers from pushing down on there. So, but if that's what you got, use what you got, right? We use what we have. We use what we have, especially this day and age. Need to use up what we have. I've been saying this for months. I've been trying to use up my paint. I've been trying to use up stuff that I have sitting around here. And in all actuality today, oh my gosh, Christy, see, just slide it right back to where it was. And if you have a little bit of bleed through, it's okay. Just sand it or use a X-Acto knife to get it off. I'll show you because I see a little spot that I do have a little bit of bleed through from. Okay, so there, see, that was easy peasy right there. Let's lift that up. Okay, see, looks good, don't it? Looks nice. I like how that looks. Now, I left room at the top and the bottom because I plan to put like jute or something like that up there. Now, what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to cut this, okay, and then I'm just going to keep using it, because there's no reason to waste all that up there. Oh no, your sprinkle buttons. You know what? Things have been weird. The other day, I couldn't share either. I could not even go back to my own page and share. I couldn't go to my page and share my video that I had just done to another spot. It would not let me. I tried everything. I tried my personal page. I just tried everything. But the next day, I got up the next morning and I could. So I don't know. I don't really know what's happening with some of the crazy stuff that happens on Facebook and things. But I don't think it's just Facebook. I think, you know, sometimes crazy things probably happen over on YouTube, stuff like that. But this really affects us here and we get upset about it. But not a lot we can do. Not a whole lot we could do. And, you know, and it wasn't because I had been sharing a whole bunch of people or anything like that. I had just, you know, I work third shift, so I miss a lot of things that happen during the day. And I had realized that I hadn't shared my live from the night before over. And I just went over to share it and it wasn't there. Very frustrating. Okay, again, I'm going to cut my makeup wedge again. See, the smaller I get, the better I can get in some of these areas. Okay, so we're just going to grab some of this white right here. And we're going to start doing these little balls. Okay, now, like I said, I'm going to take them and I'm going to put some Totally Dazzled over the top of them. So I'm mainly just wanting, you know, it's kind of hard to get down in there. I'm just kind of mainly wanting where they are, you know. It probably would be better if I used a brush because the makeup wedge doesn't want to go down in that little hole very well. But we're just going to go for it. We're just going to keep going with what we've got. And, you know, like I've told everybody before, if you get done with a project and you don't really care for how it turned out, it's wood and it's paint. Sand it off and make it something else. Not that big of a deal. was going to show you guys the project we did the other day with salt wash. I forgot. Okay, so I've kind of got my colors on there. I don't know where to sit my plate. I'm going to sit on the floor. Okay, so see, even just like that, that looks really good. Okay, but I think we're going to add some sparkle, and I want to put some jute and some things down there. Now, you can't see the gold very well. So, but that's what we're going to get them totally dazzled out for. What time is it? It's 7:24. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get this out, and we're going to start getting the little guy warm, and we're going to go back to our other project. Okay, so let's set this. Got to make some room over here because I have a bit of a mess happening. I'm going to drop my paintbrushes in here. I'm just going to toss this paint. I said I usually use it, and I usually do, but it's just kind of in the way right now. So let me grab some, plug it in, and turn this little guy on right here. Is it on? No, it's not on. Is it unplugged over here? Well, it's because I have to turn to on. I was turning to off. You guys, you know, hey, yes, Nicole's bling, bling. Okay, so let's set this over to the side, and let's pull our other project down right here. Look, it looks like a mess, don't it? It almost looks like a couch from the 70s. You know it? It looks crazy. I just want to make sure it's pretty darn dry. It's pretty darn dry. It is pretty darn dry. I'm just going to use some plain old white paint right here. Okay. I'm just going to put some more on this thing here. Now that was chalk paint. This is regular, and it's gloss, but that's okay. All right. I'm going to sit it right over here out of the way. And I'm just going to use a chippy brush right here. And here we go. We're just going to go right over the top of this right here. And what that does is it just covers that up, but yet you can see all that texture underneath there. Now, of course, my paint isn't completely dry underneath there, so I got a little bit of bleeding right here of that yellow. That doesn't bother me at all, because when we scrape this and make our spots so you can see all these wonderful colors underneath. Now look, I got paint over here. That's all right. Wasn't really paying attention. Okay, now see how I can still see some of the colors under there? We're going to make it so you can see even more. All right, so let's sit that up there. Let's dry this a little bit. And while that's drying, I'm going to grab, where did I do it? There we go. We did this the other day on YouTube. Right here with salt wash and essential stencils. But look at all that texture and that fun color underneath there. Isn't that cool? I love that. That's kind of the look that I'm wanting to get here in the center of this, this board. Now what I like to do is I like to take, thank you, Shanna. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, the tree collection is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to dry it a little bit, and I like to take my little scraper here. Okay, now I am not going to push. I'm just going to kind of go over the top, and what it's going to do is knock some of those high points off, but it's also going to kind of smear and give us a little bit. I've got a little something, crunchy right there, and that's what made that line. So I'm just going to go right across the over like that, and look at all of that goodness under there. See, I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And see, it's nice, and it's still super, got a lot. Let's see, still has a lot of texture to it. See all that texture to it? But I love that look. Absolutely love that look. Now I need to wipe this off a little bit. Just wipe it in my trash can, and I'll clean it in a little bit. Obviously, I didn't clean it the other day. Okay, so now let's pull this tape off. See what we got happening here. See what we have happening right here? pretty darn cool. Kind of thinking, though, I want this white, not the gray color like I was thinking. I don't know. I was confusing myself on what I wanted to do there for sure. So what did I do with my paint? There it is. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to not burn ourselves with that. I'm going to put my gray paint away. And the white chippy brush that I just used, I stuck in the water. So let's just grab some of this white. Now, is it going to cover this gray completely? Absolutely not. It's not. It's going to, you'll still be able to see the gray underneath, and I'm okay with that. Now, I'm just going to go right along here and do the best I can without leaving a trail of paint. Okay? Right there. Then we're just going to pull that off of there. Just like that. Now remember, we're going to stamp on this. And so it's going to look like it's brick over here. At least that's the idea. And again, if we don't like it when we're done, we will do something different. See, I didn't like the gray after doing the gray. So see, we just are doing something a little different. See, I think that's a little bit better. Okay. And again, you put this on here. Actually, I'm going to spin this around. I feel like I can do better on this side of my body. We're just going to go right along there. Just, oops, went over a little, but that's okay. Just like this. All right. So, and we're just going to get that covered. And we'll let that dry, and then we're going to stamp that brick on there. I think it's going to look cool. Just so it kind of looks like, almost like it has, this could be almost be like a little tray. You could put a couple little handles on there and make this into like a little tray if you wanted to. So, okay, let's sit that down over there on the floor. All right, I'm just going to take my dryer and dry it just a little bit. So then when I lay my stencil down on there, it doesn't get white paint everywhere. We're doing excellent on time, you guys. In fact, I may get done way before we need to. So we may need to pull something else exciting out to do. You never know on these lives. Sometimes I feel like sometimes I work real fast, and then other times I work super duper slow. I feel like today I'm moving kind of quickly. It's okay. I have a ton of Christmas stencils sitting here. I've got lots of fun things to do. So we've got plenty of things. Okay. All right. So that's semi-dry. Now see, that was gloss paint. See how it's glossy? See how it's kind of glossy? That's okay. That's okay too. All right. So let's take this. I need to move this hot heat thing so I don't melt my stencil. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to put the Believe in Magic. Now, when I decided that I wanted to use this stencil, I thought I had a whole container of rusty bells, and I was going to make a little jute thing with a couple little bells hanging from it. I, for the life of me, cannot find those rusty bells, but I found a whole bunch of them that were silver. So you guys, should we use black or should we use navy blue to stencil? I can't decide. I cannot decide. I think I'll use black because I'm going to do the brick. Yes. Okay, you can go ahead and go get her if you want. I don't care. I don't care. My one granddaughter went to a youth thing at church, and she's supposed to be getting picked up at the cancer awareness stencils. You guys, if you haven't ordered those, make sure you order those. All the proceeds are going to, all the profit on them are going to the Cancer Society. But she was supposed to be done at 8 o'clock and picked up at 8:30 is what she said. She must have been mistaken. That was my oldest granddaughter that just walked in here and said, Lily just texted her and said that they're already back from church. So she needs to go get picked up. Like, well, go get her. And then there was the question of what to do with the dog. should she take the dog or leave the dog in the room? I said, just leave her in here. So you guys may see a little face jump up over here in just a second. I'm just going to use the black. Just going to use the black. Now remember, you always want to make sure that you offload your stencil brush real good so that you don't have bleed through and things like that. It's better to do multiple coats than to try to get it covered all at one time. Now you'll see, I love using the stencil brushes. I always use the stencil brushes when I can. I like them a lot better than using the makeup wedges like I showed you a little bit ago. I was just trying to show you guys that you can use different things. So, but this is my preferred favorite thing to do. Okay, and I love stenciling, you guys. I stencil, you know, it kind of soothes my soul. I love how I can work on a fun background, which is my favorite thing to do. Add color to things and work on a cool background, and then just bam, you know, this is done. You know, basically it's done just by stenciling on there. They make it so simple and so easy to make beautiful things. I love it. You guys ready to see what it looks like? Look what I just did. Look what I just did. How about we grab a wipe down here before I show you that, because if I don't wipe that off, I'm going to end up with that on everything. On everything. Oh, I'm at the bottom of my thing. Let's see. Let's wipe this off real quick. Look at that, you guys. I'm telling you, I end up with paint all over me, and it'll be on me all night tonight at work. No matter how many times I wash my hands, I always will come across another little sliver of paint somewhere. I think it was last night at work or the night before. I looked down and I had right down my arm here, I had a big long, I don't know, I'd touched something with paint. Look at that. Isn't that neat looking? Now, Penelope, quit. Okay, so let's get our brick. Now, this is from Decoupage Central. It's part of the Portobello Road. Whoops. Portobello Road stencils from IOD. Okay. I do have an affiliate link with Decoupage Central. It is in my link tree. Love it if you'd use it, but don't let that keep you from getting something either, you know. Okay, so I'm just going to take some black right here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to put brick on here. Boop, boop, and boop. All right. And we're going to see what that looks like. We're going to see if we like it. We're going to see if we like it. Okay, so I'm just kind of wiping the ink on there. Okay, now if it doesn't all show up, that's okay too, because we kind of want it to look, you know, old and tattered a little bit. Okay, here we go. There. Look at that. See how that looks kind of cool, I think. I think it just adds just something a little bit different to it. I think we'll add some. I should have pulled all of my ribbon out and brought it over here, but I think we'll just use jute probably. Now just kind of line it up. Keep using your top and your bottom at the same. And oh, I smeared it. I'm going to leave it like that. Now look, I didn't push down all the way because it kind of slid on me. So I'm just going to leave it like that. Now I'm not even going to put any more ink on because I know I got ink because I didn't make a full thing. But see, that's okay. See that? That's okay. It's okay that I kind of messed up there. I think it looks kind of good. Kind of cool. Whoops. Okay. But the brick, see, it lines up. So when you do it, like if I was going to do it, let me show you guys. If I put this on here like this, okay, and I wanted to continue with my brick. All right, see how these stick out here? I went here. So now I put some ink on my thing again, like that. And it will line right up with those spots, see? So then you can continue with your brick and you don't see that there's a difference there. See what I mean? Lines right back up. That's what's really cool about these stencils, because sometimes you get, some of them you get, it doesn't do that. They don't repeat like that. And then you have, you can see where people have stamped. And on these, you really can't see that. Okay. So here we go. Just like this. Same thing up and down. When I line it right back up there, it works where it's like a brick, where they're staggered. So just need a little bit more. So I'm just going to do the top part right there. Now I just used Dawn dishwashing liquid to clean off my stencils, my stencil brushes, and even my stamps like that. I'll just take them downstairs to the kitchen sink and I will clean them. I like to use I really like to use that new Dawn stuff. What's it called? That power wash. I like the way that works real well. Now I'm going to make a line here. Now, is that a mistake? It might be. It might be because some of my brick goes over, so I might make it double as wide. But I'm going to I just kind of want to put something there. All right, so I'm just going to take my paint pen, make sure it's good. Okay, I'm just going to hold this ruler on here. And I'm just going to go up this thing right here. Okay. Now I didn't go all the way over because I wanted to go clear over where my brick is. So I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to spin this around, do the same thing. So basically what I'm doing is I'm doing it double. Ooh, we may need to do it triple because I really came out far on the brick here. So I'm going to do this line here like this. Okay. See, I didn't get all that. I have to do it 4 times. But I'm just giving it an ending, I guess you could say. A start and a finish. All right. See that? I don't know. I just kind of think that might make it stand out just a little bit more. Now, the reason I'm spinning it around and doing it is to let it dry for a few minutes before I lay the ruler down on top of it again. Okay. So I'm going to go right here. Now I'm right to the edge of where the white starts. All right. See that? Now see, I can fill this in a little bit. Now, did I need to do this? Probably not. But I felt like I wanted to. Okay. So I'm going to lay that right there. Like that. Just like that. And then I'm going to fill this in a little bit. Right there. Okay. So I need to wash that off too. So I'm going to lay that right there. Okay. So see how that kind of looks? I think that looks kind of cool. Now, of course, we need to frame this in. Now, what I do a lot of times is I will take my stencil brush here. Let me get my black paint out again. And what I will do sometimes, I got paint on my hand again. Look at that. Here's this, it's on my lid is where it's at. So I need to wash that off. So anyway, I'll take my stencil brush. All right. I still let it be kind of dry. And I will go across my edge here. Now, I don't worry about getting every single spot of it. But what this does is it kind of already puts an edge up there. You see that? I like that look. And, if you follow me, you know that I will definitely be making this into a double-sided board. And black pretty much goes with everything, so it'll be okay that I got black on the back too. But see how that kind of framed that in? It didn't frame it in quite as much as it did at the top on that one, but we've still got more that we're going to do to this. But this is just fun, simple little, just getting us ready for the Christmas time, Christmas spirit, getting us in the Christmas spirit, getting us ready to start decorating for Christmas. This is just a fun little sign that can just be sitting, like if you collect Santas or something like that. Like I have tons of Santas. And this would be cute, like sitting behind them to where, you know, believe in the magic, you know, the magic of Santa. Just something to add to your, you know, your Christmas decorations. And it's simple and easy and just kind of fun, really, you know. Now, if I was redoing this sign, if I was going to redo this sign and I was going to do this again, I'm going to kind of get the corners there a little bit of that. So it looks like it's two separate things. Now, I'm going to look at this and I'm going to tell you, because I'm going to just be honest with you. I'm going to tell you what I would have done different now that I've done this sign. Okay. Well, I wouldn't have used the gloss white out here. All right. I might have used red out here. I know. Look at that. I would have used red so that my bricks were red out here. Okay, but I didn't. I put white out there. I didn't even think about using red, to be honest, until I absolutely looked at it. But I think it looks like a brick wall, like on the side of a building, and this is the sign that's sitting on it. If it was bigger and we did the brick up here too, it would really look like it. But I like how it turned out. I think it turned out, and it's got all that yummy texture and yummy colors and things like that. And we have a whole nother surface that we can do something else with. Okay, so now let's grab that tree back. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not real happy with how my tree is turning out, but I think it'll be better once we get some of our totally dazzled things on here. All right. So for like up here on my star, I have to decide. I wonder if I do have some gold in here. Okay. So I'm just going to grab a little tray and I'm just going to grab some gold right here. Some of these gold pieces. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my little pen here and we're going to go right up here to this top piece. Okay. And we are going to start laying the, actually, I'm just going to kind of pour them out because I'll probably end up using most all of them. And that way I can just kind of move them around. I'm just going to go around in the shape of this star. Okay. Now, to keep it so that everything is straight, I need to use tweezers. Let me get my tweezers. There we go. Much better. To keep my lines straight as far as these go, I'm just going to go on the inside of this star, I think. Okay. Or maybe we should do the outside. Let's do the outside line. So I'm basically going to get the points done first. Actually, I don't have to really do the whole thing. I could do the points, those points there. I could do the inside points here, like this, right there, and then flip this guy over. And right there. Let's put those on and see what that looks like. So I don't need any of these right here. That one. Let's see how that looks. No, that one really doesn't go there. But we could put, well, let's see what these look like. All right, let's see what these look like first. So I'm just going to hold this heat on here for about, it says for about 15 seconds. We're just going to keep going. Thank you, Miss Mary. Yes, if you guys are familiar with going over to Facebook, going over to YouTube and following people, what YouTube loves is the thumbs up. you know, you can't share over and stuff like that over on YouTube, but they like it when you give a video a thumbs up. So sometimes you have to close the comments to see the thumbs up. So if you have any creators or anybody that you watch on YouTube and you watch their videos regularly, make sure you try to give them a thumbs up, because that's what tells YouTube that it's good content and stuff. So that's what Mary is talking about over there. And she came back over to the wonderful Facebook area right here. Okay, so see how that just kind of adds something a little fun and fancy on here. I'm going to hit all these other stars too that are down through there. I'm probably going to end up putting some more up there. But you get, oh, I didn't do one of them. It moved. Huh. I moved one. There we go. What this heat tool does is it, oh my gosh, don't skid it like I just did. It heats up the glue on the back of the little star or the little diamond things. So see, so they stay in place. So that's what this little tool is actually doing here. So let's grab another one, and there's a star. I wish I had some of these in the shape of a star. Wouldn't that be cool? But I don't. So I'm just going to go along here, and I'm going to put these yellow ones everywhere that there was a star on that stencil. Now, if I really wanted these stars to show up as far as for the stencil part of it, because I knew I was going to do this, so it wasn't a big deal to me. With it being such a light color, going over even this light wood color. I think Renee was talking about it. No, it was Melissa when she was doing her, oh, what was she doing? This, was it a sand? Yeah, no, it was the cow. How you have to go put white sometimes under your yellows and your reds and things like that to get them to stand out, because they just will not stand out over the darker colors. So I could have gone the whole thing white and then put it on top of that and then done it. But I had planned on doing this. So here we go with all the little stars. And then, like I said, we're going to do different colors for the balls. I've got all different colors in here. I have we have some reds and blues and greens. We have some silvers. There's some golds and some yellows. There's some more greens. Purple. There's purple. Ooh, purple. Might have to do purple. But I think it'll just really stand out and really make this look just extra special using the little sparklies on there. Then, of course, we'll make some sort of bow at the top or use some jute or something up at the top. But that's what we got doing. Thank you, Miss Sharon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate all you ladies. We have fun, and you guys make it so simple and so easy to plan these events. I get on our chat. I'll just tell you guys how easy it is. I get on our chat and I say, hey, how about this date? And everybody's like, yeah, that works, that works, that works, that works. And then it's like, okay, pick a time. And everybody's like, well, I'll do this time, I'll do this time, I'll do this time. And and then we do it. And I don't have to remind everybody that it's coming up. I don't have to, go back. And we usually, if we have any issues with timing, or scheduling or something like that, because something's come up, everybody just jumps right in and helps. It's fabulous group of people to work with. I absolutely love each and every one of them. And we kind of met through, I think we met through Amanda from Metal Modern Designs. I think we were all in one of her little groups at one point, and we just kind of all get along. And it's just really nice to be able to work with some wonderful, very talented and amazing ladies. I love all of you, and I appreciate how easy you make these events for me. So I don't put hardly any effort into it at all, ladies. Like I said, hey, we're going to do it here. Who can do it? And we go from there. So works out great. But see, just grabbing these other colors and putting on here. I think this is going to be really neat looking. So I'm not really stenciling right now, you guys. I know this is the Stencil Soul Sisters, but I'm just kind of embellishing our stencils project here. So let's grab some pink ones. And you can put as many as you want on here. As many as you would want. So just kind of randomly. Would probably be easier if I used the other tool to pick these up with. But, you know, I have to make things a little bit harder than they're supposed to be. That's just my nature. Yes, it is great. It is great. And we, you know, we help each other out. And, you know, we've got a young lady getting ready to get married, you know, and just got all kinds of fun stuff going on. And everybody's there for everybody to help them. And, you know, hey, I don't understand this. I don't understand that. We can jump on and we know, you know, I know that if I jump on there and say, you guys, this is going on my page or whatever, you know, somebody amongst that group will have an answer for me and will help me figure out what's happening and stuff like that. I kind of want, I'm going to go over here. There's so many colors to choose from. Okay. But we just know we got each other's back, I guess you could say. And we all love stenciling. We all love essential stencils. That's what the group is about. The group is for us to share our essential stencil projects. So that's why we don't have any other stuff on there. Just essential stencils. That's what brought us together. And that's what we're kind of sticking to. So, whoa. Holidays are coming up, ladies. Are you guys ready for Christmas? Who here has started anything for Christmas? Anything. I mean, Christmas shopping. I mean, I have barely, this is like my second Christmas project. I've thought about Christmas, but that's about it. I haven't really considered what I'm going to do or how I'm going to decorate anything, or if I'm, you know, if it's going to be a gingerbread year, or if it's going to be an angel year, or, you know, because sometimes we don't mean to, but sometimes we'll pick a theme that we seem to like, and a lot of times we'll decorate that way with. My mom has a whole bunch of gingerbread stuff in her kitchen that she does. But I did notice at one point that some of that stuff was in the garage sale. So I'm thinking she's going to be going a different route. But this is fun. Fun stuff for Christmas. You've made a lot of Christmas to go. Oh, yes, definitely. If you have a booth, yeah, that stuff should already be going and sitting in there and ready to go. I know. You gotta work about a season ahead when you have a booth and stuff like that. I used to have a booth, but I kind of dropped my booth because, you know, I work full time, and these girls, my teenage granddaughters here, really keep me hopping with things. So I just didn't have time to spend the kind of time that I needed to spend on my booth. So I just dropped it, and now I do auctions. See, I can't pick that up out of there. I don't know what I did with my tweezers. I just need one more. Let's see, one more. I see one more spot I didn't get right there. So I would like to get back to doing the booth, because that is a good way to use your stuff. Hello from Illinois. I'm in Indiana. Okay, so anyway, let me just throw this stuff back in this box here so that I don't dump it or something goofy like that and end up with it all over the place. And let's turn this off so I don't burn myself. So anyway, so this is just simple and fun. Could sit. See all the sparklies on there? I love it. I think I may do a big old bow up here. And I think I may put some more of the totally dazzled blingy stuff up here to fill in this whole star. or I may end up cutting out a star and putting on there. See, I thought about putting this cut out of a piece of holly up here. I have to decide for sure what I want to do because I thought that might be cute with a little bow on it, but I'm not sure. So we did this wonderful sign here. I've got like 1 minute, and we did this fun little sign here. We used salt wash, we used our stamps, and made this just simple, fun little sign just to have. Let me pull myself up here, just like this. Okay, so this fun little sign right here, we can just sit with some of our magic stuff. You know what would be cute is these wonderful, cute little hat. Look at this with this. Wouldn't that be cute? You know, the little elf stuff, you know. Ooh, I'm trying to get to where you can see it real well. If you had this like sitting together or something like that, or even I've got this boot too, the little elf boot right here, sitting with this little sign in the background. So fun stuff, you guys. Fun stuff. Appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate you paying attention to everybody, sharing everybody out, spending the day with us. We will be back the end of November, I believe, as long as we've got quite a few people that can join us. You guys, I appreciate each and every one of you, and we thank you for being here, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, even better tomorrow, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye, ladies. Oh, look at my hands. Woo.